On Kipper, they were sycamore seeds. Are they the same thing? Let me see. Google says maple and sycamore seeds differ entirely in shape and structure. Maple seeds are winged helicopters, samaras, that grow in flat or angled pairs. Sycamore seeds are tiny fuzzy seeds packed inside dense spiky globe-shaped balls that hang from the branches on lawn stalks. So does that mean Tiger was wrong when he said the helicopter thingy was a sycamore seed? No, they're actually very similar. Yeah, I guess they both do that. Sycamore seeds and maple seeds. Interesting. And as maple seed spins through the air and floats down towards Frog and Toad, they both blow on it, pushing it back up into the air. They take turns blowing it towards each other. And finally, Toad lets out a really big blow. Then it goes way up and then comes down to the water and floats away. Frog asks Toad if he's having fun now. Toad says, yes. I had no idea that being lost, and Frog interrupts him. Exploring. Toad continues, that exploring could lead to such a pleasant afternoon. Frog says, yes, that's what's nice about being an explorer. You discover so many new things. Toad says, I suppose I might like to explore with you a little while longer. So they're gonna go and see what else there is. Frog picks up a little rock. Toad picks up they picked up all kinds of things. They got rocks and twigs and string and rope and moss. And they pile them all into a big leaf. And they tie the string onto the end of the leaf and they drag it up a hill, up towards a grassy cliff. And Toad thinks it's really nice up there. He stands up there and holds out his arms and takes a big breath. It looks like they're gonna build something now. What are they building? Some kind of clubhouse? Of tree bark and sticks. Wow! Toad's really good at this. He's building an amazing house, and the house that Frog is building kind of looks like the type of house that Eeyore would build. I mean, it's a different design than Eeyore's house, but similar idea. It's just a piece of bark and a little log. But Toad's house is very intricate. He's good at making cookies, he's good at making cakes, he's good at painting pictures, he's good at building houses too. This is amazing. Well done, Toad. He has such an incredible attention to detail. I mean, there's a lot of things that he doesn't like, and there's things that bother him, and there are certain things that he's not so good at, but he has lots of incredible talents too. So he might very well be on the spectrum. Because there are a lot of similarities between Toad and some of the characters in Carl the Collector. Frog and Toad is a lot more subtle when it comes to this kind of stuff, whereas on Carl the Collector they tackle it directly. But yeah, Toad's a very relatable character because I'm autistic myself, in case you didn't know. And now they're checking out each other's houses. Toad's sitting in Frog's little, whatever that is, some kind of patio or little wind shelter thing with the tree bark held up by the log. And Frog's exploring Toad's beautiful house with the moss on the roof and the hollow log for a chimney and all the leaves on top. Very nice. Oh wow, Toad even built a chair out of sticks and tied all the string together. Wonder where they found the string. And Frog's sitting on his own log seat. And now there they are, sitting on top of that point, getting ready to watch the sunset. It's not very late, but the sky is getting a little bit orange. Toad gives Frog a little hug and says, thank you, Frog, for exploring so many wonderful new things with me today. Frog says, you are welcome. We really did make the best of it. Ooh, Toad's really hungry now. And he also points out that darkness is falling all around them and it'll be night soon. Yeah, that's what I thought. Frog says, don't worry, Toad. Perhaps now's a good time to find our way home? I hope you can. You've had all day to figure it out, but you've just been hanging out playing instead, not really, they don't have a map or anything. I hope they were keeping track of where they were going. Like, will they be able to retrace their steps? So, they climb down from that, cliff top point there. For a second there, I thought they were going to consider the house that they built their new home. Well, that wouldn't really make sense because they don't have food out there, and Toad's hungry, so he wants to go his own home. So now they're walking along a path, and there's Gopher again. This time she's got a mossy rock on top of her head. And she asks them again, so did you figure out if you don't know where you are? Or don't know where you're going? Frog says, where we are is with each other. Nice. And where we are going, Toad finishes the sentence, that way. And Gopher says, that's a good answer. And she goes back down to her hole, and the rock goes back where it was. That's funny, because earlier, Gopher was asking those questions, and Frog said, that's a good question. And then she asked them again, and Frog and Toad answered her, and right before Gopher left, she said, that's a good answer. That's a good question. That's a good answer. And they're walking up to what looks like a tunnel of bushes. A little canopy there. Frog says, Toad, look, this way? Toad says, I hope so. I didn't see them come through that in the beginning, so I hope they're not making themselves more lost now. Oh, that looks so cool. That's beautifully drawn. With the tree branches all around and the light at the end of the tunnel. And then they come out of there, and I see a fence bordering the path. And they're right in front of Toad's house. Huh. So did Toad not know that little greenway path tunnel was there before? Maybe they walked that way when they started and then ended up in all those new places. Toad says, hooray, home again! Frog says, yes, the nice thing about being lost is you can do it so close to home. Yeah, that is very true. Doesn't matter where you live, like in the city or the country, there's often many new places to explore that you haven't thought of checking out before. That must be Toad's back door because there's no porch there. Frog says, so Toad, what'd you think? Should we do this again tomorrow? Toad says, I'm not sure I want to get lost again tomorrow. Let me see if I can predict this. Is he going to say, but maybe we should go exploring again tomorrow? Let's see, he says, but I did have a lovely day with you, Frog. Frog says, me too. I suppose you're never truly lost when you're with a friend. Okay, I was wrong. He didn't mention exploring again tomorrow, but he does want to spend the day with Frog, doing something with him. And we'll find out what their next adventure is in 2 months. Or actually, let's see. June, July, August, September. 3 months. 3 months, sorry. This fall. In case I didn't mention it already, the two of them go into the back of Toad's house. The picture zooms out. We can see the porch along the side there. There's another one of those maple seeds floating down. And then we cut to the credits. Alright, so that was Frog and Toad Season 1, Episode 5B, Lost. That was actually really good. They could have called it Exploring. There is a Little Bear episode titled Exploring, but Lost works too, because they kind of start out lost and then their experience of being lost kind of transitions into a fun exploring time. And I do enjoy exploring. Over the years, I've had lots of fun exploring malls and grocery stores and department stores all over Pennsylvania and surrounding states. And I also enjoy hiking on various trails in like parks and rail trails and forests. We got all kinds of fun stuff to explore here in Pennsylvania, and lots of new things to discover wherever you go. Yeah, this show is so lovely. I really appreciate how they took a potentially scary situation like getting lost and turned into something wonderful by just slowing down and looking around and appreciating the little things.